another 2-2 draw. Full time at St Mary's, Southampton 2, Leicester City 2 in the Premier League. Overall, a decent point. Should have really won it, but once again, defensively, we were shambles, and that's what cost us, as Leicester cannot work out how to defend a cross. Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, boys and girls, I'm going to bring you guys my instant match reaction and post-match thoughts after yesterday's game at Southampton. Of course, it ended Southampton 2, Leicester City 2 in the Premier League. Of course, the goals coming from Bednarek, Jonny Evans, Che Adams and James Maddison. Overall, a tale of two halves, with Southampton dominating the first half and Leicester dominating the second half. And on the balance of things, a point was probably about deserved. But once again, it came down to the first half for Leicester, starting off slowly and once again not being able to defend a corner or a cross or any type of set piece really. You know, we stand there like freaking statues watching them score. And yeah, it's slightly frustrating going 1-0 down within 2 minutes of the game. Second half performance, don't get me wrong, fantastic. James Maddison, what an absolute baller. But yeah, overall, very frustrating game, but I guess we have to take the point. And you know, we still are unbeaten in December. But yeah lads, overall, I thought yesterday's performance was pretty much a tale of two halves really. The absolute definition of that. First half, we were absolutely shocking, very lucky to get the goal through Jonny Evans, but second half, we really turned on. The introduction of Kieran Dewsbury was key in the game. Him and James Maddison were linking up fantastically. We created a lot of chances, and overall defensively, we looked fairly solid in that second half as well, obviously keeping the clean sheet in that 45 minutes. Of course, on another day, Leicester could have easily won that game with Jamie Vardy and Harvey having some massive chances, and he would have betted quite a lot of money on them putting it away, but you know, it wasn't to be. Frustrating, but overall, like I said, a 2-2 draw. It's not the greatest of results, but how the game went, going down 1-0, 2-1, overall, we can't really complain too much. And then, you know, you have to take a point away from the game. Don't get me wrong, Leicester weren't really great in the game yesterday at all, but you know, we've got to stay positive and you know, we take the point. It's not the worst of results, boys and girls. Move on to Aston Villa on Sunday, where you know, if we get a point from that, it isn't the worst of results. Win the home games, which we don't normally do, and try and draw the away games as a minimum, and that's what we did tonight. And you know, overall, it's not too bad. So yeah, moving things on then, let's discuss yesterday's game then in a bit more detail. So very surprisingly, Brendan Rodgers made no changes for a side which started against Watford, which you know was a slight shock to me considering we only played like 3 days ago. But yeah, fair enough, didn't really work in the first half. But yeah, hey ho Brendan. Obviously we started off the first half absolutely awfully, conceding from a corner 2 minutes into the game. The Leicester fans travelled 3 hours to concede a goal 2 minutes in, which you know is absolutely fantastic. Southampton dominated the early stages. Leicester kind of grew into the game here and there, and of course Jonny Evans got Leicester level. A pretty lucky goal to be honest. Fantastic work by James Maddison on that right hand side, creating the space for the shot. It fell to Lookman, I think, and then it did. He took the shot, and obviously McCarthy made a save. It bounced back to Evans, who put it into the empty net, and that made it 1-1 for Leicester. Obviously going from that, I would have expected Leicester to come forward. No chance of that happening. Southampton came into the game a bit more attacked. You know, they scored from a corner. Well, it wasn't from a corner. It was a set piece. It got obviously cleared and then come back out. It was a crap clearance, put back in to Che Adams, and he heads in a very easy header. Silchu, what was he doing? Schmeichel could have easily came out and grabbed it. Costandy could have took Ryan and cleared it, but they just stood there like rock statues once again. And Che Adams with a decent finish into the corner, the former Leicester man, making it 2-1 to Southampton, heading into half time. Yeah, overall a shocking first half. Yeah, moving things on then into the second half, slightly more positive. Obviously, Dewsbury came on, the main man himself, the Shepsheds De Bruyne. But yeah, fantastic by Dewsbury, and Leicester got themselves level within about 10 minutes. James Maddison, fantastic play, getting the ball from his own half, spinning James Ward-Prowse, playing it into the middle, a link up between Thomas, Dewsbury, all linking up. Maddison gets it inside the box, sits Livramento down on his arse and puts it in to the near post, past McCarthy, making it 2-2. And since then, Leicester piled on the pressure. Barnes having a huge chance for Leicester. Vardy also having a massive chance, capitalising on the mistake by Salassi, whatever his name is. Southampton had a few chances towards the end of the game through Brozier. Leicester had a slight chance through Perez. Overall, you know, Leicester did dominate the second half, but it just wasn't to be. And like I said, you know, we could have easily won the game, but you know, we could have lost it as well. So we'll take the point. Don't really know why I'm being so positive, but yeah, a point's a point, boys. And yeah, lads, wrapping things up then, my player ratings for a team which started in yesterday's game against Southampton. As always, let me know your player ratings for a team which started yesterday in the comment section down below. But yeah, starting things off then and go with Kasper. Bit dodgy, 5 out of 10 for me. Wasn't the greatest of performances by Kasper yesterday. Moving into the back four, Castagna, same really. I think, you know, could have been better just with a second goal. But overall, apart from that, it was pretty solid. So we'll give him a 5 or 6 out of 10. Silchu, Likewise, 5 or a 4 out of 10 wasn't his greatest. Evans, of course, scored pretty solid in there. We'll give Jonny a 6 or a 7. Let's go with a 7. Luke Thomas, solid, didn't really do too much in the game, so we'll give him a solid 6 out of 10. Samara, I'm going to give him a 3 or 4. Thought he was pretty awful in that first half. Of course, Dewsbury came on for me. I think Dewsbury deserves an 8 out of 9. He was fantastic when he came on, and did he? 3, I think, he was poor today. Pretty much gave a penalty away if he wasn't offside. Gave the ball away a lot here and there. Made some decent tackles, but overall, Wilfred is just not up to the standard right now. So 3 or 4 for him. Maddison, 9 for me. Fantastic. The goal was absolutely beautiful. He's back to his best, and hopefully his injury isn't too bad. Hopefully it's just a slight knock. The front 3, Barnes had that massive chance. Didn't really do too much apart from that. We'll give him a 6 out of 10. Lookman, 4 or 5, wasn't great at all. Vardy, we'll give him a 5. He didn't really do too much in the game at all. And apart from that, that's about it for my player ratings. Obviously, the standout being James Maddison for me. I thought he was excellent. Of course, Dewsbury was fantastic. Obviously, Evans put in a very solid performance. Obviously, Perez came on, did a right. Daka came on for the last 5 minutes. Didn't really do too much. Obviously, he was only on for 5 minutes, so can't really do too much with that. But yeah, boys, that's my player ratings. As always, let me know your thoughts on them down below. So, boys and girls, that's it for today's video. Of course, in today's video, I bring you guys my post-match reaction after yesterday's game in Southampton, where, of course, it ended Southampton 2, Leicester 2 in a very entertaining draw in the Premier League for the Foxes. Another point on the road, which you kind of love to see. But yeah, that's it for today's video, boys. If you have enjoyed it, let me know. Drop a like, subscribe as well to the channel if you guys haven't already. Most importantly, let me know your thoughts and opinions on yesterday's game in the comment section down below. We will have the match preview on Saturday for Aston Villa away from home, another big game in slight Midlands derby. So hopefully we can get the 3 points in that one, boys and girls. But yeah, I'm a SPORTSA, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.